an iconic brand from India, which is Airtel. But I think Motorola has been one of the globally, one of the most iconic brands. In fact, a lot of people might not know, but the famous words in 1969 when we landed on the moon, right? The words, one small step for man and a giant leap for mankind, that came through to the earth from the moon on a Motorola transponder.
Oh, really?
So Motorola was there on the moon in 1969.
Okay.
So a brand that has had a legacy of now over 96 years, it's a 96-year-old brand, has been at the forefront of technology since then. And in fact, that was not the only thing. In 1973, right, the world's first mobile phone call was made. And that was made on a Motorola phone. So the world's first mobile phone actually was created by Motorola.
Wow. Okay.
So this industry that we are in today, you know, we are the pioneers of this industry, and I think it's a great honor for me to now be heading this brand at a global stage, a company that has seen over 96 years of innovation and has been at the forefront of technology across the board.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
त्योहार की खुशियां होंगी डबल। हुंडई सुपर डिलाइट डेज में आपकी मनपसंद कार्स पर मिल रही है कमाल के डील्स। वैसे लोग तो आप हुंडई चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की।
Motorola has been among the trendsetters, so to say. They were the first ones to introduce the Moto Razr, which was an iconic phone. Talking about making in India, because that's the buzzword right now, how is it for a global company like Motorola to manufacture from India? I mean, could you just tell us what exactly and how exactly is it that Motorola manufactures from India?
No, I think it's a great question, but right now I am very proud to say that almost 100% of what we sell in India is actually made in India. 100%,
okay.
Right? And yeah, thank you. So that is definitely happening, and it's not just that, right? We are not just making in India to sell in India, we're actually exporting to multiple countries as well from India. Okay. And that's thanks to the incentives, the policies that the government has given to promote manufacturing in India. I think PLI has been a very important factor in helping us grow our manufacturing capabilities. Also, the growth of indigenous manufacturers, contract manufacturers like Dixon, right, who've come up in India, set up shop, and really scaled up their skill sets and innovation capabilities so that we can partner with them and do local manufacturing in India. So it is, I think, very, very important for us as a global brand to continue to find different opportunities of creating manufacturing hubs. We don't want to be restricted in one particular country, one particular geo, because there are always geopolitical issues that might prop up and hence restrict your ability to export, to import, or to move around, right? So which is why we are actually a truly global organization that believes in creating multiple manufacturing hubs across the world. Okay. And India is one very prominent one of them.
But as a manufacturer who's then located out of different countries, what is so unique about manufacturing from India? What are the differences? What are the challenges or the advantages that India offers as a manufacturing hub?
Yeah. No, I think, like I said, from a manufacturing perspective, there are these policies, the government policies, the regulations which have encouraged manufacturing. There are the whole aspect of having this large base of young talent, right, at an employable age, right? I think that again gives us the opportunity to have this set of people who are able to learn, who are able to upskill, and who are able to deliver in terms of delivering best-in-class manufacturing capabilities, and also the tech-first mindset, the innovative mindset that the Indians have. I think all these are positives, but I think the contribution or the role of India is beyond just manufacturing, right? I think What we have seen is that the role of India to the brand globally is beyond manufacturing. It's actually across multiple sectors like product development, portfolio management, marketing, brand. Because if you look at the importance of India now in the overall scheme of the smartphone industry, India today is the second largest global smartphone market, right?
Okay.
150 million smartphones, more than 150 million smartphones.
The romance with telecom started really in mid-80s. We were young, energetic lads to say we need to find a way, and we found a way. You know, there used to be a big book of import-export used to be there. So you had to master that book to understand what could be imported, what could not be imported. And it allowed you to do things, and we did that. We got casing in Bombay through ship, electronics in Delhi, wires in Calcutta, somewhere, and then assembled the phones.
Total jugaad.
Total jugaad. And that's how the first phone came, which was known as Mid Pro.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello viewers, you're watching 6 Stories at 6. I'm Shivangi Shukla, and this is what we are tracking today. Republic accesses proof of Jaish trying to resurrect from the ground the terror hubs which India destroyed in Pakistan. Rahul Gandhi provokes Gen Z, BJP hits back. Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla speaks to Republic, gives inside look into space travel. Big rift brewing in Karnataka cabinet over caste survey. Lalit Modi's brother Samir arrested on rape charges in Delhi. And Dhinakaran slams EPS for hiding face after meeting Amit Shah. EPS rubbishes those allegations. And viewers, Pakistan can keep denying all it wants the impact of Operation Sindur, but the video evidence is there. Another video access showing how we hit Muridke after Jaish and Lashkar terrorist admission. Details have been accessed. How Jaish is trying to raise funds to rebuild the terror camps, and how Lashkar is assessing damage which was done during Operation Sindur. Here's a full report. Take a look. This exclusive CCTV video from May 7, 2025 is a fresh evidence of India's Operation Sindur. Back-to-back explosions after lightning strike. The video shows how India struck Lashkar headquarters in Muridke during Operation Sindur. In another exclusive, Republic has now accessed how Jaish has begun the terror funding in Pakistan.
After being decimated completely in the Operation Sindur, now Pakistan's terror infrastructure is being rebuilt again. From Lashkar to Jaish-e-Mohammed, all terror groups are trying hard to rebuild their infrastructure that they have lost, and the designated terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed, headed by its top terror commander Masood Azhar, has now come for the public funding for their terror camps to be established. Across Pakistan, 313 markers, alias the terror camps of Jaish-e-Mohammed, have been planned by this dreaded group that will be rebuilt in next couple of years, and for the same, the donation process has also been initiated.
Another video shows Lashkar terrorists picking up the pieces. The team formed by Hafiz Saeed is reportedly visiting more than 20 locations and camps at LOC to assess the damage caused by India's Operation Sindur. The video from August shows Lashkar terrorists doing a damage assessment at one of the sites. With the open funding and rebuilding of terror infrastructure, the terror state nexus is no secret.
Terrorism matters, we are very clear. The world is aware of the nexus between the terrorists and the Pakistani state and military. Such statements make it even more glaring. So this is how we look at the visuals that you talked about.
While Lashkar and Jaish is trying to rebuild their infrastructure, India has sent the warning.
सब जानते हैं कि आजादी के बाद से ही एक राष्ट्र के रूप में भारत अपने पड़ोसियों के मामले में उतना भाग्यशाली नहीं रहा है, आज भी भाग्यशाली नहीं है। हमेशा हमारे समक्ष किसी न किसी तरह की चुनौतियां आई हैं, लेकिन हम भारतवासियों की यह विशेषता है, हम इन चुनौतियों को प्रारब्ध मानकर नहीं बैठ गए। हमने मेहनत की और अपने प्रारब्ध का निर्णय, अपने भाग्य का निर्णय, अपनी नीयत का निर्माण हमने खुद किया।
The admissions of being struck hard by Jaish and Lashkar should prove that these warnings are not just empty threats. And let's move ahead, viewers. A massive political face-off has broken out over Rahul Gandhi's Gen Z post. The BJP slammed Rahul Gandhi's Gen Z post, which claimed vote theft. Nishikant Dubey claimed that the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, is looking to instigate civil war in India. Dubey also announced that it's another Gen Z movement happens again in India. The BJP will support the movement in throwing out nepotistic leaders. Here's a full story and all the political reactions that Republic TV is tracking.
Days after threatening of a hydrogen bomb,
बीजेपी के लोगों तैयार हो जाओ, हाइड्रोजन बम आ रहा है।
आज की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस
it turned out to be a dud.
हाइड्रोजन बम फोड़ने वाले थे, फुलझड़ी से काम चलाना पड़ा, वो भी फुस हो गई।
And by the evening, Rahul resorted to invoking Gen Z. He's calling upon Gen Z to save constitution and democracy. His aide, Sam Petroda, adding to it, asking the youth to add their voice to Rahul Gandhi's.
I would request youth of India to add their voice to the lone voice of Rahul Gandhi.
BJP is accusing Rahul of speaking the language of urban Naxals.
उन्होंने अपने अर्बन माओइस्ट होने का सबूत ही दे दिया। अर्बन माओइस्टों वाली भाषा वो कर रहे हैं कि जेन ज़ी ने आकर संवैधानिक सरकार को उलट देना चाहिए। इस प्रकार की बात जब कोई करता है तो इससे अलग बात अर्बन माओइस्ट क्या करते हैं?
राहुल गांधी फ्रस्ट्रेशन में है, हताशा में, और मैंने पहले भी कहा था ये नकल सब कभी मोदी जी का नकल करेंगे, कभी जैन जेट की बात करेंगे, ये अर्बन नक्सल बनना चाहते हैं।
BJP has hit out hard, saying that if Gen Z rises, Congress and allies would be seen absconding. And asked some tough questions to Rahul. If Gen Z demands a Hindu Rashtra, what would Rahul do?
हम नहीं बदलने देंगे। हम ये समझते हैं कि भारत एक हिंदू राष्ट्र है, हमेशा हिंदू राष्ट्र रहेगा, लेकिन जो शब्द है संविधान का सेकुलर, वो सेकुलर वहाँ रहना चाहिए। और जेएनजी जिस दिन हिंदू राष्ट्र की बात करेगा तो हम शायद उसको समझाने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो हमारा और जेएनजी के बीच में एक ही जगह डिफरेंस है कि वो हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाना चाहेगा और हम सेकुलर राष्ट्र बनाना चाहेंगे। इसके अलावा जेएनजी के आंदोलन को जितना राहुल गांधी जी भड़काएंगे, हम भी उतना ही भड़काएंगे।
From CAA and Shaheen Bagh to Manipur issue, Congress's calls to protest against the government have led to anarchic scenes. Watch these pictures. This is what happened in Nepal. Is this what Rahul Gandhi wants in India? As vote chori claims flop, Is it yet another attempt to spread anarchy?
And viewers, India's space hero group captain Shubhanshu Shukla spoke exclusively to Republic TV after he returned to Delhi. Shukla shared his feelings on returning to India. He spoke to Republic on how the whole experience at International Space Station has, in fact, been a great experience for him. It was a look into how Gaganyaan mission is going to pan out and his personal journey that he is going on to inspire children. Take a look at this report for more.
Everybody's shucks. Welcome back to the earth. Shubhanshu, what is the feeling like now that you're back here?
Oh, it's a great feeling. It has been some time that I've been back, but I've been back in Delhi just yesterday. It has been a great feeling ever since I've returned to this country. I wasn't really expecting the support and love that I've been receiving from all around the country. But it has been an amazing feeling. I'm so happy to see that people have been so excited about this. They have really owned this mission as theirs, and I feel very proud about it.
During your time at the ISS, what was the challenges did you face during the launch time and while docking?
It is challenging. You train a lot and you are really prepared before you go for the mission. But when those actual things happen, they are a bit different. They are not the same. And I think you learn through those challenges, you stumble upon, and then you move forward. Initial few days are challenging because your body undergoes a lot of different feelings because it is experiencing microgravity for the first time. But after that, you become used to it and then you progress from there.
Shubhanshu, now that you're back here, as per your experiences there, how are you going to use those experiences for the future ISRO plans like the Gaganyaan?
Yes, ISRO has great plans of having Gaganyaan mission followed by Bharti Enterprise station, followed by eventually an Indian footprint on moon by 2040. And my mission serves as a stepping stone towards these ambitions that we have. We have, of course, gained a lot of technical knowledge, by being a part of a human space mission end to end, which is obviously going back into the system, and the systems are being refined and developed based on the knowledge that I've gained. But in addition, this mission, the excitement that I'm seeing, I'm also now trying to use this as an inspiring journey for the kids who are to follow, so that they can be excited and motivated to follow these disciplines, which will help us get there where we want to go.
And the issue of caste census has reached the Congress High Command. Yes, Karnataka, we're talking about Karnataka. Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah has called another meeting of cabinet meeting. And this after the Thursday meeting ended in a division among cabinet ministers. Confirming that the survey will start on September 22nd, Siddaramaiah said that the BJP is politicizing the issue. The government will also not postpone that survey. Take a look at this report as we keep getting the latest.
Tensions high inside the Karnataka cabinet. Thursday's meeting witnessed sharp arguments, with ministers split over the inclusion of 331 new caste names in the socio-economic survey list. Several ministers objected, saying these names were not part of the earlier list. Some even demanded postponement of the survey, fearing a political backlash. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah pushed back, asserting that the exercise was meant to assess the poor, not a caste census. After the cabinet meeting, at least 6 ministers huddled separately, underlining the deepening rift within the government. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has defended the survey, stressing that the Congress has no intention of dividing the society.
ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಆಗಲಿ ನಾವು ಜನನ ಸಮಾಜನ ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ. ನೂರಾರು ಸಮುದಾಯದವರು ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಇಂಥ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮದು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾದಂಥ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿಂದೇನೂ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನೇಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಕೆಲವು ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆಗಳನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಕ್ಷೇಪಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೇನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ಮೇಜರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್.
The Lingayat question has added fuel to the fire. The powerful community is torn, with one section demanding recognition as a separate religion, while others want to remain under Hindu identity. The split runs through mutts, seers and political parties, with BJP pushing Lingayats to stay under Hindu fold and Congress leaders backing the others category. With the fortnight-long survey set to begin, the Siddaramaiah government finds itself walking a political tightrope.
And viewers, businessman Samir Modi, the brother of former IPL chief and fugitive Lalit Modi, was arrested at the Indira Gandhi International Airport on alleged charges of rape. Following his production before the court, he was remanded to one-day police custody. His counsel dismissed the allegations as fabricated, claiming that the complainant demanded 50 crores and filed false accusations. The FIR was registered on September 10 based on a complaint by a woman who claimed to have been in a relationship with Modi since 2019. Here's a report. Take a look.
Samir Modi, brother of fugitive businessman Lalit Modi, was arrested on Thursday evening at Indira Gandhi International Airport following a complaint lodged by a woman alleging rape and criminal intimidation. The FIR in the case was registered on the 10th of September. The complainant claimed she had been in a relationship with Samir Modi since 2019. In a statement issued after the arrest, Samir Modi's counsel strongly denied the charges. They alleged that the accusations were fabricated to extort money. According to the defense, Samir Modi had filed complaints on 8th and 13th August against the same woman for alleged extortion and blackmail. His counsel claimed that WhatsApp chats submitted to authorities revealed the complainant had demanded 50 crore rupees from him. Meanwhile, the survivor's statement has been recorded before a magistrate and the police are now corroborating her version with evidence. The youngest of 3 siblings, Samir Modi was removed from the board of the company in August last year after a bitter fallout.
And viewers, AIADMK General Secretary EPS has now lashed out at the AMMK leader TTV Dinakaran and dismissed allegations that he tried to hide his face after a meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Here's more on what exactly is happening.
Tamil Nadu politics continues to be brimming with drama. AIADMK General Secretary Edapadi Palaniswamy has rubbished allegations that he covered his face after meeting Amit Shah. The controversy began after TTV Dinakaran alleged that Palaniswamy was hiding his face while leaving Amit Shah's residence in Delhi. Dinakaran mocked the AIADMK chief as Mask Palaniswamy. EPS insists that his Delhi visit was purely political.
மாண்புமிகு புரட்சித் தலைவர் அம்மா அவர்கள் டிடிவி தினகரன் அவர்களை அடிப்படை ஒப்புதல் நீக்கப்பட்டு விட்டார். இது அம்மாவுடைய கையெழுத்து. உங்களுக்கு வேணா பார்த்துங்க. 10 ஆண்டு காலம் கட்சியிலே கிடையாது. மாண்பு அம்மா அவர்கள் மறைந்த பிறகு இறந்த பிறகு அப்பொழுதுதான் அந்த இறுதிச்சடங்கு வர. அது வரைக்கும் அம்மா அவர்கள் இருக்கின்ற வரை அவர் சென்னை பக்கம் வரல. அவர் என்னை பற்றி பேசுறார். இது தேவையில்லை.
While voices within AIADMK may be pushing for reconciliation, senior leader K.A. Sengotia met Amit Shah earlier this month, lobbying to bring expelled leaders back. But EPS shut the door, stressing Amit Shah has never intervened in AIADMK's internal matters.
உள்துறை அமைச்சரை சந்திக்கிறேன் என்று எல்லா ஊடக நண்பர்களுக்கும் தெரிவித்திட்டேன், பத்திரிகையிலும் தெரிவித்திட்டேன். அதையும் நீங்கள் வெளிப்படுத்தினீங்க. 16ஆம் தேதி இரவு மாண்புமிகு உள்துறை அமைச்சர் அன்சா அவர்களை சந்திப்பதாக நான் சொன்ன செய்தி எல்லாம் வெளியிடப்பட்டது. அதன் அடிப்படையிலே இரவு நான்
EPS also warned of strict action against anyone keeping ties with those ousted.
அண்ணா திமுக தனி தீர்மானம், இது கிட்டத்தட்ட சிறப்பு தீர்மானம். அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தை சிறப்பு தீர்மானம் நிறைவேற்றணும். அந்த சிறப்பு தீர்மானத்தில் தான் சில பேர் மீது ஒழுங்கு நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கும். அப்போ அந்த சிறப்பு தீர்மானத்தில் 2500க்கும் மேற்பட்ட பொதுக்குழு உறுப்பினர் கலந்து கொண்டு எடுக்கப்பட்ட முடிவு. அதில் அந்த தீர்மானத்தில் சொல்லுவது கழக அடிப்படை உறுப்பினர் உள்ளிட்ட அனைத்து பொறுப்புகளில் இருந்தும் நீக்கி வைப்பதோடு இன்று முதல் கழக உடன்பிறப்புகள் யாரும் மேற்கண்டவர்களுடன் எவ்வித தொடர்பும் வைத்துக் கொள்ளக்கூடாது என்றும் இந்த பொதுக்குழு தீர்மானம் நிறைவேற்றும். பொதுக்குழு நிறைவேற்றும். இதையும் மீறி கட்சி கட்டுப்பாட்டையும் மீறி அவர்கள் செயல்பட்டால் வேறு வழி இல்ல, தவிர்க்க முடியாத சூழ்நிலையில தலைமை கழகம் சில வேறு ஒழுங்கு நடவடிக்கை எடுக்க சூழ்நிலைக்கு தள்ளப்பட்டதை தெரிவிச்சுக்கணும்.
As the war of words intensifies, Palaniswamy is positioning himself as the sole face of AIA-TMK. But with Dhinakaran and DMK sharpening their attacks, Tamil Nadu's political theatre shows no sign of cooling down.
And viewers, that's all we have at 6 Stories at 6. But do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with much more coming up. Stay tuned to Republic TV, India's #1 news channel.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा, राजा मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो तुम्हारा रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने, सब कुछ मजेदार बने। दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला, क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Ladies and gentlemen, these brothers, and I have had the unique privilege of knowing them, and for that I'm very grateful. They are so humble, they are so rooted, but when I first went to the United Kingdom as a student in 1993-1994, my first international flight, I landed, and the first signboard I saw, the first board I saw was that of British Telecom, the biggest British company. And today, the young lad from Ludhiana is the biggest shareholder of British Telecom. And that is the story of India, isn't it? Nobody would have imagined in 1993 that an Indian company, an Indian entrepreneur, Indian businessman from Ludhiana who started with nothing would reach this far. So I want you to start with your first moments that you remember from the world of business in Ludhiana and where you see yourself today. Just a broad sweep to start with before we get the conversation going. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnab, for inviting me here. And speaking, this is not my story. This is really the story of so many colleagues of mine, so many people who are attached to this larger game plan, larger family of Bharti. Me, my brothers, people who have been, guiding us at every stage. I come from a small town, as you saw, from Ludhiana. It's up north, and nobody thought, coming from a political family, you would ever jump into the commercial side. Normally, it's a kind of and I'm talking of the days when there was no connectivity. You guys were nowhere in the site to put the mics right up there. There was nothing. The news traveled after, I don't even know how long. And it's a usual practice that the political family will follow the path of the father and join politics. My father was very clear on one thing in his life: anything but politics. So it's hard for people to imagine that the political family, that's the usual norm. And my father was very clear: anything but politics. And I have to be honest, both me and Sunil, I must refer to both of us, we were bad students. So we were just wanted to get out of college and do something. And that's how life started. And in Ludhiana, it was only textiles, garments, and bicycle. That was the only thing that was being done. Brijmohan uncle, who was the patriarch and who was the chairman of Hero, he truly was, I have to say, somebody who's shaped us, who's taught us the business values. So he's been a guide, a philosopher to us. And that's how we started our life in Ludhiana, to start the first to make bicycle paths. And then one day we decided that, this is something is not resonating with us, and we need to move out of this city, otherwise we'll be consumed here. And that's how we moved to Delhi in 1980. That was our first foray to come here. And we thought we will see how, life takes as young lads in early 20s. We started doing whatever.
From the fiery streets of Jodhpur to the power corridors of Cambridge, he carved a path like no other. A scholar who shattered barriers, a lawyer who redefined the courtroom. The nation's youngest senior advocate, youngest ASG, a commanding voice in parliament. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, not just a lawyer, he is a force of destiny. Witness his journey on the legal side of things, only on Republic TV.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
India Zona. Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Rajan, Sunil Mittal, what they did in 1992 was with a license. Greenfield sector, they got in and they worked hard, they've worked for the consumer. But it's said today, it's Airtel is too big. Bharti Airtel is too big. Reliance Jio is too big. No third player can come. They will eat up everyone. I'm just trying to provoke you, Rajan.
No.
Is there space for another? Is there space for a 25 to 30-year-old daring young man or woman from Ludhiana or Gandhinagar or Tiruchirappalli today to say, this is a sector, I will compete with Airtel, I will compete with Reliance? Is it possible in today's India?
I'll be honest here. Global practices today, you see, and that follows, India follows also that global practices. Globally, telecom is getting consolidated.
Consolidated.
Everywhere. You see, US, there were 4 players. Today, they're left with 3. UK, 3. Every, actually, country today is consolidating on telecom, because if you do not have the heft and the consumer base, you can't survive. And I'll be honest here, India has 3 players, and BSNL, which is the 4th player, is absolutely saturated because we are already at the cusp of touching everybody. So I don't think so. And you need big bucks to roll out today networks to cover all India. You need huge amounts of money. And there are 3 established players and a government player. And as I said, the worldwide consolidation on telecom is happening between 2 to 3 players, depending on the size of the country. So I think in India, there are 3 strong players.
So what would someone with your drive and your ambition, and how old were you when you started in Ludhiana?
I started in college. I was 17 and a half.
Now that's the question. What would a 17-and-a-half-year-old young man do today if he had your drive, your and Sunil's drive and passion and hunger? Your hunger, you know what it comes out from? That you didn't join politics.
No.
Because your father was a politician, you went out of it. What sector would a 17-and-a-half-year-old do today?
No, I'll tell you, world has, within our generation, I have to say, as I was seeing a whole lot of things here, it amazes me sometimes that how much we have grown as a country and how much as individuals changes have come in. There is enough today. Look at the younger generation. What are they doing? Electric, fintech, crypto. I mean, there are discussions around here which for even person like me who understands a lot does get a little, phased out. So there is enough. If you see the younger, look at the Bhavish, an Ola guy. Look at Oyo, Ritesh. You have to understand, Ritesh was one of my dealers of Airtel in Orissa.
Is that so?
Yeah. Today he
How
runs,
old was he when he was a dealer?
He was also a young lad, 17 years old.
He's still a young lad.
Yeah, he's still, sorry.
Yeah, amazing guy.
Yeah, he was a G. He runs today Oyo. So there is enough capacity, the Zeptos, the Zomatos, I mean, you name it. So telecom is now going to be the bridge. Telecom will connect for all this velocity of activity that you're seeing. AI is...
Anupam and I were in class 8, Mount St. Mary's, same class, same bench. So we go back a long way, right, Arnab? He was a footballer and I used to debate. I was a meek boy. We're very different people. Anupam and I met, it was a Four Seasons hotel. So we were at the Chinese restaurant there. Anupam says, "Tu jara बैठ मैं अभी आ रहा हूँ." I said, "ठीक है." फिर 10 मिनट बाद आता है, "तू यार 2 मिनट बैठ, मैं एक काम खत्म करके आ रहा हूँ." I said, then he comes after 20 minutes and I said, "What have you been doing?" He said, "वो मैंने एक कंपनी उसकी अभी बस खरीद ली है." तो कौन सी कंपनी है? बोलते हैं BSA. So that is, I was so amazed, Arnab. And I felt so proud, and we are on the same journey.
Thank you very much. You have created a brand, my friend.
Very proud of you.
Welcome to Republic. I'm Ridhuma. Top focus is going to be on Sam Pitroda yet again saying he felt extremely comfortable in Pakistan. This is not just Sam Pitroda speaking, viewers. It's very clear he's towing a Congress line that is once again continuing to show bonhomie with the Pakistan side. First, we take a look at our top headlines and then we do the story how Sam Pitroda speaks the Congress line for Pakistan. Rahul's close aide Sam Pitroda bats once again for Pakistan, says felt at home when he visited Pakistan. Republic gets more proof of how India decimated Pak terror camps during Operation Sindur. More exclusive details and exclusive of how Jaish is collecting funds to rebuild infrastructure via digital wallets. It's not new. Mehbooba Mufti backs for terrorist Yassin Malik, writes to Shah to review his case on humanitarian grounds. BJP fires fresh attack on Rahul after his Gen Z remarks, says Rahul wants to instigate civil war in India.
Oh, it's a great feeling. It has been some time that I have been back, but I've been back in Delhi just yesterday. It has been a great feeling ever since I have returned to this country.
Shubhranshu Shukla speaks to Republic TV in an exclusive conversation where he says he's excited after his Axiom 4 mission. And Assami singer Zubeen Garg passes away after scuba diving accident in Singapore. And we're getting breaking news that's coming in. Chinese President Xi Jinping and US President Donald Trump have reportedly held a phone call. This comes after Trump had earlier stated that he would speak to Xi Jinping to confirm the TikTok deal. And the latest information that's coming in, they have held a phone conversation on this. TikTok is in focus as Trump-Xi try to break the trade deadlock. This is also now being stated as a US-China call is there amid reports of the TikTok deal. They are looking to reach an agreement today that will help keep the video app TikTok in the US and help ease tensions between the two economies that are locked in a standoff over trade. US officials had said the agreement, which is the top of the agenda, is also expected to be discussed. China had not confirmed this earlier, but it's expected to lead into an in-person summit, possibly later between Trump and Xi in November. Let me go across to Abhishek Kapoor, our senior executive editor, who's joining us from the newsroom on this. Abhishek, amid the complex trade talks with the US, China has now dropped months-long antitrust probe into Google amid discussions in a TikTok deal, also increased pressure on domestic purchases of chips How are we to look at this conversation, phone call between the two leaders?
Well, Rhythm, since President Trump has come back to power for the second term, this is second only phone call or direct communication that has taken place between him and President Xi Jinping of China. Incidentally, like in the case of Prime Minister Modi, in the case of Xi Jinping also, the last phone call was in the month of June. Having said that, China and the United States are also locked in a very complex trade negotiation. Like in the case of India, so in the case of China, a deal has not been signed. In fact, while India is facing 50% tariffs, 25% tariffs plus 25% penalty for having a business relationship going with Russia. In the case of China, the tariffs had climbed up to 145% because the Chinese had retaliated, which India has not done. Subsequently, it's come down to 30%. But the most ticklish issue is of TikTok. Trump ran his campaign on the issue of taking away the ownership of TikTok from Chinese corporation, ByteDance, or would ban the social media platform app. And he has since extended the deadline 4 times. Now it expires in the month of December. Remember, just ahead of this call, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and his Chinese counterpart met in Madrid in Spain and thrashed out some more details. So obviously, talks are moving, and as part of which Trump has already posted on his Truth Social that the ByteDance deal or the TikTok deal is almost done. And I think that's the reason why this phone call has happened. But we have seen how, like in the case of India, so in the case of China, that the Chinese have not blinked. And I think that's a lesson for the United States that if you take a bullying position, sooner or later you have to pull back, you have to climb down. And as in the case of India, so in the case of China, Rhythm, that seems to be happening with President Trump now having that phone call with President Xi Jinping. The details are yet to come. The call has happened just about an hour back. But soon we would know whether the two presidents congratulated each other for the TikTok deal and whether they would come out with a reel just to mark that occasion of having struck a deal. China does not agree with the larger American game of weaponizing trade policy. But then in the case of TikTok, there might be a one-off exemption. We would know in a while.
Thank you, Abhishek, for giving us those details. Moving on with other top focus, Disha Patani Actors House shooting update is now there. Bareilly police have arrested the 5th criminal, Ram Nivas alias Deepak, also alias Deepu. He was carrying a reward of 25,000 rupees, was injured in a police encounter, shot in the knee. He was involved in the recce and also the incident seen in footage from the petrol pump. He is a resident of Rajasthan. A pistol was recovered, a bike was recovered. There's another accomplice, Anil Sonipat, who's also been arrested. The breaking news coming in. UP police have also tightened their grip on the criminals who have been involved in the entire incident. I want to go across to Akil, who's joining us with all the details in the story. Akil, earlier 2 shooters involved in the firing at actor Disha Patani's Bareilly house were killed after an encounter with the police near Ghaziabad's Tronika city on Wednesday. Now we're now being told 2 active members who were earlier wanted in the most wanted multiple criminal cases have also been seen in the Goldie Brar